Hi, I'm Molly Rose, and welcome to your practice.
We'll begin lying down on our backs with knees bent up towards the sky. So take your feet about as wide as your mat and let your knees knock together. Place your palms on top of your belly and begin to deepen your breath. So this internal rotation of your leg bones allows them to plug down into your hip sockets and then reduces compression at the low back. Just taking a moment to arrive here to your practice, sinking into the rhythmic rise and fall, the expansion and contraction of your breath. Beginning to invite your awareness into the present moment and tune into sensation in the physical body. Take a moment to acknowledge the energy that you've arrived to your practice with. Check in with the mental and emotional bodies. Where's your mind and how's your heart? And begin to heel-toe your feet back together and gather your knees up into your chest. Rock around a little side to side, and then start to find circles with your knees, moving them in opposite directions. So first taking them wide apart and then back together. Think like a little folded piece of origami. And do this a few times one way. And then reverse and go the opposite direction. And coming to stillness, keep your right knee hugged in and lengthen your left leg long and down on your mat. And start to find slow, intentional circles with your right knee, as if you were using your right kneecap to draw circles on the sky. You'll take 3 circles one way, and then reverse and go the opposite direction. And then interlace your palms behind your thigh and start to straighten that leg up towards the sky. It's okay to take a soft bend into the knee. Flex and point the foot and find circles around your ankle. Try to keep your head and shoulders heavy and your neck soft here. And then bend the left knee and plant the left foot. Cross your right ankle atop that left thigh for figure 4. And if this feels like enough, you can stay right here. You might take the right hand to the right thigh and just gently press it away from you. If you want more sensation, you can hug the left thigh in towards your chest. Weave the right hand between your legs and then interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. And as always in my classes, give yourself some freedom to move around a bit and explore. So you might straighten the left leg towards the sky. You might rock around a little side to side. And you also might choose that staying in stillness is what serves you best in this moment. And if you have the left leg lifted, go ahead and step the left foot down and step the right foot down to meet it, and just pause for a moment in stillness, taking a moment to observe. Hug the left knee into your chest and glide the right leg straight. Start to find those slow, intentional circles with your left knee, moving again in both directions. And then from stillness, the left leg lengthens towards the sky. Interlace your hands behind the leg. Flex and point the foot and find some circles around the ankle. And bend the right knee and take figure 4. So left ankle on top of your right thigh. Left palm presses that left thigh away from you. You can stay here or take whatever variation works best for you here, knowing that it may look different than it did on the other side and it may look the same. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the back of the head heavy. Maybe straightening the right leg towards the sky if it's already lifted, finding some rotations with the foot around the ankle. Eventually, come back with both of your feet planted and both of your knees bent, pausing for a moment in observation. And then straighten both of your legs long. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up towards the sky, and then trace them overhead for a full body stretch. Find equal length in each side body. And then bend both of your knees in, roll yourself to one side, just as a transition so you can press yourself up and find tabletop. In tabletop, align your palms under your shoulders and your hips over your knees. And as you inhale, drop your belly, tilt your tail to the sky, and look forward for cow pose. As you exhale, press the ground away, round the spine as you drop the head and find cat pose. Moving with breath, inhale to your cow and exhale to your cat. Finding this with your own rhythm of breath a few more times. Feeling the shoulders roll back and the chest open as you breathe in. Feeling the back of the heart lift to the sky as you breathe out. And then come back to tabletop with a neutral spine and locate a block or a book, anything that you can use as a little weight, and you'll place that on your low back. Bring your knees together to touch and straighten your left leg back behind you. Leave the toes curled under and find a few little pulses to open up through the belly of your left calf muscle. And then lift the left leg up to a hover, keeping the block steady on the low back. Point your left foot and slowly draw the left knee out and up towards the left tricep. Bring the knee into your nose and straighten the leg back behind you. Find some big circles with your left knee. Like you're using movement and breath to begin flossing through the left hip, aiming to keep that block steady the entire time. Take a few circles in both directions. And then drop your left foot back down. Place the block or whatever you're using below your right hand. Pivot your right shin behind you as a kickstand and open your left arm to the sky, coming into a knee down side plank. Send the left arm overhead so the bicep is by the ear, the palm faces down, and seal down through the pinky toe edge of your left foot so you find length from your left heel through your left fingertips. Bring the left hand back to the left hip. Look to the top of your mat and step the left foot forward between your hands, coming right into a low lunge. You'll have to pivot the right foot back in line and then square off your hips. Bring your hands to blocks, framing that left foot, and then send your arms up to the sky for low lunge. Anjaneyasana. Take a few breaths here. Then lower your palms down to your blocks. Roll your shoulders back, get nice and open across the chest. Take a breath in. And then on the breath out, straighten the front leg and fold into your Ardha Hanumanasana half split. Moving with breath, inhale forward to your lunge, lift the chest. Exhale back to your half split, flex the left foot and drop the head. With breath, inhale, come forward, sink the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, peel the hips back, straighten the left leg and fold. Again, inhale, bend the knee. Exhale to straighten the leg. This time as you come forward, curl your back toes under, lift the right knee away from the earth. Gaze forward, activate that back leg, you're in a runner's lunge. And then slowly drop the right knee back down, sweep your left knee to meet it so you're back in tabletop. Lower the blocks down and sit back to child's pose. You can leave the hands on top of the blocks or drop them down to the mat. And just take a moment here to find your breath. Slowly rise back to your tabletop. Again, find a block or whatever you're using and place it on the low back, keeping that steady as you step the knees together to touch and straighten the right leg behind you. Keep the toes curled under, find a few little pulses as you breathe into the belly of your right calf. Keeping the hips level, allow the right leg to float up to a hover. Point the toes, bend the knee, draw it up and out towards the right tricep and find your big rotations with the right leg, flossing through the right hip now. Making sure to take the circles in both directions. As you step the right foot back down, move the block underneath your left palm. Open the right toes to the right and open the right arm to the sky, coming to your modified side plank. Send the right arm overhead. The bicep is by the ear, but the shoulder melts down and away from it. Breathe into the right side body, expanding the breath into the right lung. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Pivot your right foot forward between your palms, your left foot back in line with the knee, low lunge. Blocks frame the right foot. And arms rise to the sky. As the hands come back down to your blocks, roll your shoulders back, heavier hips, and then straighten your right leg and fold. Moving with breath, inhale forward to your lunge, hips are heavy, heart is open. Exhale back to your half split, flex the right toes to the sky, bow the head. Flowing between the two shapes, inhale. Exhale to half split. And last time, inhale, hips are heavy, heart is open. Exhale that right leg straight, flex the toes. And then lunging back into your right knee, curl the back toes. Lift the left knee away from the ground, coming to your runner's lunge. Press the left heel back as you hover the heart forward. Slowly drop the left knee down to your mat. Sweep the right knee to meet it, finding child's pose, sinking your sitting bones to your heels, lowering the forehead all the way down towards the earth. And from child's pose, plant the palms, curl your toes under, and come to downward facing dog. Lift your sitting bones to the sky. Soften through the backs of the knees, heavy through the heels. Pedal out through the feet, bend opposite knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide, ground through the knuckles and the inner hands. From down dog, begin to walk your hands to meet your feet at the back of your mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. Keep your knees soft, your head heavy, and then ragdoll your arms, grab a hold of opposite elbows. Letting the upper body drape over the legs. 3 rounds of Ardha Uttanasana. Place your palms on your shins. Inhale, lift halfway, find a flat back. Exhale to release into your fold, drop your head. Breath in, reach the heart forward, the tail back. Breath out, bow over the legs. This time, inhale, lift halfway and hold. Bring the hands onto your hips, point your elbows towards the sky, and with soft knees, raise all the way up to stand. Sweep your arms overhead, and then bring the hands together in front of your heart. And drop the arms alongside the body for Tadasana, mountain pose. Pausing here, feeling the shoulders roll back. Pressing down through the soles of the feet, draw up through the crown of the head. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. And on exhale, draw the hands through heart center as you bow over your legs. Hands on your shins. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Walk your palms forward right into your high plank pose, drawing the shoulders over the wrists and stacking the heels over the ball mounds of the feet. Lift the low belly up and in. And then drop your knees down and lower all the way to your mat. Pinning the elbows in towards the ribs and letting the hip points and the chest meet the earth at the same time. Squeeze the elbows together, press into the palms. Inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. Exhale, drop the chest and the head back down to your mat. Pressing into the hands, come up through tabletop, curl your toes under, and lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Walk the hands to meet the feet at the back of the mat, forward fold. Rise all the way up to stand, sweep the arms to the sky. Bring the hands together in front of your heart. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale to hinge from your hips and fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift as you breathe in, find length. Forward fold as you breathe out. Plant your palms, walk forward, high plank pose. Taking a breath in here, drawing the sternum forward, pressing the heels back. On the breath out, drop the knees, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra, shoulders melt down the back. Exhale, soften forehead to the earth. Pressing into the palms, rise through tabletop, curl the toes. Downward facing dog, sitting bones to the sky. Hands walk to meet your feet at the back of your mat, forward fold. Rise to stand, sweep your arms to the sky. This time we'll take it right back down, hinge from the hips, lead with your heart. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, walk the palms forward, high plank pose. With or without your knees, lower all the way to your mat. Inhale to lift the chest, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And this time press straight back to a child's pose. Draw the sitting bones to the heels. Widen the knees slightly apart, giving your belly a bit of space to expand and contract between the inner thighs. From child's pose, rise to tabletop and place your hands on blocks. Straighten your left leg back behind you as you take a breath in. On the breath out, draw the knee to the nose, round the spine, and then step the foot forward. Walk your hands up on top of the left thigh and send the arms overhead for low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lower the hands back down to your blocks. Keep your right palm planted and open the left arm to the sky, finding a low lunge twist. As the left hand comes back down, place the hand and the block to the inside of the left foot and heel toe the left foot wide. We'll set up for a lizard lunge, so turn the left toes out. Draw your right knee a little bit farther back, set it back down. And then heavy the hips forward, but lift the chest. And allow the head and the heart to get heavy. Maybe the forearms drop down to blocks or to the mat. Your left knee is pointing in the same direction as your left toes. It's okay if you want to roll onto the razor pinky edge of that left foot. Do what feels best for you here. And you can stay in stillness, or you have the freedom, as always, to explore some different sensation in the shape. Maybe the left hand gently presses the left thigh away from you as you open the chest into a twist. Committing to stay for just a few more breaths. Walk both palms back up onto the blocks. Straighten the left leg just for a beat, and then sweep the left knee back next to the right. And we'll go right to the other side. Right leg straightens behind you. Breathe in. Right knee into your nose. Step the right foot forward. Set up for low lunge. Walk the hands up and send the arms overhead. Finding your breath here, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Circle the left palm down to your block, right arm to the sky, find your twist. Reaching forward through the crown of the head, there's equal length in each side of your neck. As the right hand comes down, set up for lizard lunge on the second side. So both hands are on the inside of the foot. The right foot heel toes wide. Left knee draws back. Right toes are turned out as the hips drop forward. Stay lifted on palms or drop the forearms down. Heavy your head. Maybe moving the hips a little side to side, noticing how that changes sensation in the body. If you did so on the other side, maybe the right hand gently presses the right thigh away from you as you open through the chest. Staying for just a few more rounds of breath. Walking yourself back up on your hands, straighten the right leg, give it a break. And this time the right knee will bend forward. Curl the back toes and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Take your blocks and stack them both underneath your sitting bones if you'd like support here, sitting down into your Malasana yogi squat. So the heels are turned in, the toes are turned out. Sitting bones are dropping down, and the hands come to your heart. And then press down into the feet, rise to stand, sweep your arms to the sky. As the hands come to your heart, bend your knees, drop the weight back down. Twice more. Inhale, rise, straighten the legs, sweep the arms up. Exhale to drop the weight down, hands through heart center. And last time, breath in to rise. And then breath out, drop the weight down. This time stay a bit more lifted and bring the hands onto your thighs. Use the heels of your hands to press the inner thighs away from you. Let the shoulders shrug up to the ears. And shift the weight a little side to side. Bring the fingertips down to the mat. Straighten your legs and fold, parallel your toes. Move your blocks back under your shoulders and then just take a step back so you're standing more in the center of your mat. Bend your knees, lower them both all the way down. Swing the legs around and come all the way onto your back. Have your blocks close by. When you get down onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. And then step the feet down just below the knees. Lift your hips and glide one of your blocks below your sacrum for a supported bridge. The sacrum is that flat part of your low spine that's just below the natural curve of your low back. Let your hips be really heavy. Let the arm bones drop down by your sides. And hug both knees into your chest. Keeping only the right knee in, lengthen your left leg all the way forward and down. And then use the breath to fill that space between your left hip and your left thigh. Slowly switch sides, hug the left knee in as you straighten the right leg forward. Hug the right knee to meet the left knee, and then send both of your legs up towards the sky. Supported hip stand. You might cactus the arms up and overhead here, finding a little bit more lift through the chest. And you can point and flex the feet and circle through the ankles again. Slowly bend the knees, land the feet back on the earth. Carefully remove the block from beneath the sacrum and set the spine all the way down on the mat. Slowly windshield wipe your knees from side to side. And hug the right knee into the chest, straighten the left leg forward, and find a twist. Draw the right knee across the body. Keep your right shoulder heavy. If it feels okay on the neck, you can revolve the gaze over the right shoulder. Soften the eyes. Relaxing through the breath here. Come back through center. Hug both knees in and switch sides. Left knee draws across the body. Left shoulder stays anchored to your mat. Feeling the muscles of the back body begin to slowly unravel. And then coming back through center, hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze, curl your forehead up to your knees. Contract every little muscle. And then let it all go, allowing the body to fall open into your final rest, relaxing all sense of effort. I'm going to leave you here in your Shavasana, so allow yourself to stay for as long as you need, as long as you have, honoring all of the work that you've just put in and your dedication to the practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.